Kia ora everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. Today I have for you something I don't do very often on my channel, and that is a haul video. Now, I'm not someone who is usually in a bit of a position to do a haul. That is because if I purchase something, it's usually just a one-off item and they trickle in, and honestly by the time I think I have enough to do a haul video, I've worked in them, I've shown them in complete pages, or I've just plumb forgotten what I've gotten in. So yeah, I don't haul enough to feel like I can often do haul videos. It's not like I get a big lot all at once, and by the time I have enough, I've usually forgotten or used, and it's not new in my brain, so I forget to haul. The exception to this is sometimes I get gifted really big lots at once, and I get some amazing Happy Mail that I am so grateful for. So sometimes I'll do those videos, but yeah, basically I don't often do haul videos. However, I do have one today. Now, today's haul is a mixture of things that I have purchased myself and then a gift, essentially. I had a couple people actually, who donated to what I call the Ko-fi Colouring Fund, and I was able to pull those resources plus put a little bit of my own money together, and with the addition of a Black Friday sale, I purchased an item that I've been wanting for quite a while. So I'm super excited about that item. And it's just arrived in this morning. So I figured let's do a haul video. I have to do this very quickly because I've got to go to work in about 40 minutes. So, and I ramble. But yes, that was the other reason that I decided to spend a little bit of money. Black Friday, I did get some deals. I did get 20% off the purchases, which is not a huge discount, but better than nothing. But mainly the reason I decided to purchase a couple of items is because I have reached the 6-week mark of working 5 hours a day, 5 days a week, which, having come from 2 hours a day, huge increase in my hours, and I've managed to successfully not only handle that trial, but my job has become permanent. And I will be continuing working for 5 hours a day for 5 days a week. Now, financially, I'm not actually better off. I'm still getting the exact same amount of money, because even though I'm working more hours, I was getting government support. The government support has been withdrawn, and now I earn the money instead of getting government support plus the little bit that I earn. So financially, no better off. But I wanted to reward myself for basically adulting successfully. I think it's important to recognize that in my health journey, this is a huge step to get to this point, and I've worked really hard to get to this point where I am successfully adulting. So I was like, we're going to reward ourselves because we deserve presents. And then, yes, Black Friday, and I was like, okay. So the first thing I'll show, which isn't something I purchased myself, this is a gift. This was a piece of Happy Mail that came in from Anonymous, and thank you so much. I just realised the little tag is still in there, so we'll just take that one out because they asked to remain anonymous. And this is Dragons of the Realm, an official D&D colouring book. I love colouring dragons. I love Dungeons and Dragons, and I freaking love their books. I have a few other D&D books. I also have the first D&D colouring book. I have the Adventures Outlined, which is an older D&D colouring book. And then I have Monsters and Heroes of the Realm, which I was sent, and I am so stoked to have that one because it is such an old colouring book. But all official D&D colouring books, and I am so excited to have this one. I do really hope to get this page done, even though we're in December and it's Christmas time. I really want to do this page. I think it won't take too long because I'm figuring I can pull out distress inks to do this fire and use my splatters and stuff like that, and I can then just bring in a little bit of pencil to like create some texture here. But I think the fire could be quite easy to do, and then using distress inks, fill in the background and a little bit of the fire color on here, then just some Prismacolors to quickly blend the dragon. Like, I can see this one, despite it being a double, not taking too long. So I have got my eye on that one. I should really mark these. I have a bunch of bookmarks here. So, And then there was one other that I was looking at that I was like, oh, I could see doing that one straight away too. This one here with the elf, I think warlock, maybe wizard, maybe sorcerer. Either way, summoning little familiars, and there's a little 5-headed dragon here, so summoning a little Tiamat, which, yeah, so those are the two that I've kind of got my eye on that I'm thinking I'd like to do, even though it's December and it's not particularly Christmassy, but meh, it's Dungeons and Dragons. Love it. Love, love, love. So thank you so much, Anonymous. I'm so stoked to have this. And then the first book that I brought myself, really shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, is Kirby Roseanne's The 10-Year Celebration. I can't believe it took me this long to get it. I didn't have it pre-ordered, but I knew it wouldn't sell out immediately. I knew I would just be able to wait for a special to grab it because compilations never really sell out too quickly. As much as I wanted to get it ASAP for the exclusive images and get into it, I was like, there's no rush to get this Kirby. So I waited for a sale, and sure enough, this popped up in a Black Friday sale with 20% off. I was like, cool, let's grab it. Let's get it in the collection because I have every single book by Kirby Roseanne's. I love his work, and even though I have every single book featured in here, I really wanted to have this one in my collection. I love, love, love seeing the sketchbook pages. I do wish we had a few more unique images. And then this double at the back here. Absolutely stunning. So I do wish there was a couple more, but also I do understand it is a 10-year celebration. And I love the way it is broken up in the book and split into all the different books. So yeah, I'm not sure which one I'll start off with in terms of colouring. If I'll jump into an exclusive, part of me did think about going into Mythomorphia. I'm so close to being done with Mythomorphia, so part of me's like, oh, I could go into Mythomorphia. Yeah, but no surprises here. Kirby Roseanne's The 10-Year Celebration colouring book, and then these two, I was surprised to find at the price that I found, and then they had 20% on top off. Paper Plus in New Zealand, absolutely incredible for books. I don't have a Paper Plus in my town, but online, you do have to dig around to find some of the colouring books. Sometimes they can be a little hard to find, but I got the 2 Christine Caron books. Now, I already have Wildflower Folk, but then they had both Wondrous Folk and Little Folk in stock and for a really good price. I think these were $23 each, which 23 New Zealand dollars is a freaking good price for a quality colouring book, especially the quality of these books here. So I am absolutely stoked to have these books. I love Christine Caron's work. A lot of the images that are in the Wondrous Folk are also in the Colouring Heaven colouring book by Christine Caron. I think that's nearby, actually. It is. This one here. Fledgling Fairy Special. So I have 3 more images left in this book, and then it's done. And each of the ones that I have left in here are also in Wondrous Folk. So I found that quite funny. So I'm going to try and get this one finished before I touch Wondrous Folk. That was my original plan with Wildflower Folk too, but I have done 1 page in there now. But I'm so close to Fledgling Fairies, I'm like, I should just get that one done. And then we have Little Folk, and honestly, I think this one is my favourite. It is absolutely stunning. It's younger, more innocent, childlike characters, and honestly, it could be a good Christmassy, wintry one. It's so cute. it's going to be hard not to jump into these straight away because I love the portraiture work. I love the grayscale. And honestly, they're such beautiful books. I'm so stoked to have these. If you want proper flip throughs of these books, please let me know. But I do know that both of these have flip throughs on YouTube very easily. They're not like recent releases or anything, so I know you can find these ones relatively easy. But if you want to have a flip through, let me know. Happy to do it. And then the last 2 books I brought myself. One of these books I am immediately unhauling, which is sad, but it happens. Now, I have Cutie Colouring, the Capybara Cuties, and then I have the Cafe Cuties. And Cafe Cuties, I'm immediately unhauling. So I was so stoked when I saw this one and Paper Plus. Again, 20% off. I paid like $13 for this. So cheap for prices in New Zealand. So happy. I've seen so many people colouring this lately, including Amanda and Jess from Colouring Bumblebee, Amanda from ALLJ Art. Those are the two off the top of my head. Also, you just saw a sneak peek of the one page I've already done there. But yeah, it's adorable. It is gorgeous. I love it. And then while I was looking at that one, I was like, oh, I wonder what else in the Cutie colouring range they had. And they also had this one available in stock. They actually had, I think, 4 of them, but these were the 2 that they had in stock ready to ship that were on sale. So I was like, oh, okay, second one in the series. I know how cute this one is. Let me grab Cafe Cuties too. It's super cheap. In actual fact, I was $10 away from getting free shipping, so I chucked this on. It was $13, and then I got free shipping. So I essentially paid $3 for this book, so I didn't pay a heck of a lot. But this one came in, and I was expecting Capybara. The same quality as the Capybara book, and I saw straight away this is a different illustrator. This is Suzanne Washington, and when I opened it up and started flicking through it, I went, hang on, and then I realized I have a sneaking suspicion that this book uses stock generic images that have been put together to create images. Now, the way that they've been put together, they are better than some stock image books that I've seen. And I'm going to get a book to give you an example of what I mean. Okay, so what I have here is Kawaii Colouring. This is by Lake Press. And then I have Kawaii Cafe. This is by Kaleidoscope, which is Hinkler. Now these here use very similar style images and create very similar things. So for example, I probably should have pre-sorted this before I was filming to a show, but I don't have time. I did see that one, but maybe the ice cream will be a good example. I know that these are certain boba cup style image that they use all the time, but I can see a couple examples here. So you see here we've got an eye with a little highlight. Here we've got a plain eye. Images like this where you've got lots of different thicknesses, different styles of line. They've put together stock images to create different styles. So we've got this fish ice cream, and then here we've got thick lines. We've got the eyes with the solid black, whereas here we've got the little highlights. We've got a thick outline for these ones, but these have all got thinner eye lines. And then that fish ice cream, we saw it as an individual image here, somewhere in here. But anyway, you get the idea. And then sometimes between these books as well, you can find the exact same image copied over. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to find any off the top of my head. These strawberries are quite often used, so I see those a lot. These also like a specific, like a boba cup. This one here, this bunny boba cup, I've seen that across multiple books as well. But yeah, these certain images. Now, there's nothing wrong with these books. These cost me like $4. They're cheap, they're cute, they're really fun to just come in and sometimes grab water-based markers or to colour with kids, or just some brainless fun colouring. Nothing wrong with them. Nothing wrong as a colouring book. It's just something I, as a colourist, try to avoid because I like something that's been uniquely illustrated. So when I got this book and I saw straight away these boba cups here with they're not boba cups, they're drink cups, but I know that image is in another book. I've seen that image. I've coloured that as a big cup on its own in one of those style colouring books. And then when you've got images like this where you've got a couple of characters And again, we've got the different style eyes, and then we've got the different line weights. And it's like, oh, okay. Now, it's a really good job. Like, it's not just grab a couple of random images and slap them on a page and create a pattern. Like, they've clearly taken the time to take these images and try to create a scene. But you've got things like these turtles that are identical and just repeat. Again, the different line thicknesses, the different eye style. So it's kind of obvious that it is clip art that has been put together to create a scene. Again, still a fully functional colouring book. I don't want to be like, this is a horrendous book, don't buy it. It's still a very cute colouring book, but it's just not what I want to colour. So when that came in and I saw it, again, that style bunny cup, I've seen that so many times. When it came in, I was just like, okay. And so I did sit down to think about, will I actually colour this? Do I want this in my collection? And I made the decision no. And it is the time of year where there is a local charity that Mum and I work with where they collate to give presents to give to families in need. So like angel trees and stuff like that. But instead of you shopping for an individual person, you just donate new items, and then they collate them into packages for different kids. So you're going in not really knowing what they need, but I know from previous years that they've mentioned that they often struggle to get older teenager things that aren't just like makeup and body care and stuff like that. So I think this, with a set of markers, a really cute gift, suitable for an older teen as well. And it will be loved by somebody. It will go to somebody who can appreciate it, because it came in and yeah, it's not my cup of tea. So basically the whole point of this ramble is, if you are interested in getting the cutie colorings and you've seen this capybara cuties around, you're like, I love that one, maybe think about the Cafe Cuties. I have heard as well that Suzanne Washington does another one. I think it's Spooky Cuties, and it's a very similar vibe, where it is the stock images put together. There is also apparently a Christmas capybara one that is meant to be similar to the Rob Parkinson one, but I haven't seen who that one's by or seen inside these ones, so I can't say for certain. This is just what I've heard talking to other colorists in the community about this one and asking if it was just me that saw the stock art nature of it. So yeah, that's why I thought I would share that. But basically, got this one in. It essentially cost me $3 because of the shipping. I would have paid for shipping. I would have paid $10 for shipping if I didn't get the book. So this got me free shipping for an extra $3. More than happy to donate that, make someone's Christmas. And yeah, I will stick with the cutie capybara book. And then I have one more item. And this item is something that is... oh, I'm so excited. Now, this one I have gotten because of generous people. Again, thank you so much to anyone who donated to the Ko-fi Colouring Fund to help me get this. And a combination of that and the Black Friday sale, and then me topping up a little bit of my own money, and I'm so excited to have this. Again, I want to stress before I show this as well, please don't ever feel like you'll need to send me anything off my wish list or donate or anything like that. Like, if I never ever get a single colouring item from this point onwards, according to my colouring tracker, I have 40 years worth of colouring. Like, we're fine. I'm absolutely fine. Please don't feel pressure. I just have some amazing, beautiful souls in my life that wanted to bless me, and I'm so eternally grateful, especially because of what this item is and how badly I needed this. It is a very large, big black bag that zips open. We're going to take out something that shows my address and fold back. Oh hoo hoos. These literally arrived on the doorstep this morning. Came with a cute little freebie as well. But we have Ohuhus. I can't even get these all in because of how many are in here, because I did indeed get the 320 set of Honolulu bees with the fine and the brush tip, and I am so incredibly blessed and incredibly happy to have this set. Now, I did learn this morning that, I don't know why, but I thought there was exactly 320 markers, so I thought getting this set meant that I had all the Honolulus. I have now learnt that the skin set, the 36 set, has a bunch of colours, I think 15 or 20 of them, that are not in this set here. I was like, oh, that's interesting. However, I have my tub of dying and dead alcohol markers, and a lot of what's left in there is browns, neutral tones. So I might be able to sub some of those in, but there is also a lot of browns in here as well. There's a lot of beautiful colours. I am very much looking forward to getting into this and doing a lot of work with just alcohol markers and blending. And yeah, I did make the decision. It's been something I've been weighing up for a while, is do I go for Copics or do I go for Ohuhus? Copics, it's easier for me to get the refills. I can get individual markers, and I do have quite a few Copics. But I'm at a point with my alcohol markers where the cheap set that I have is basically getting to the point where there's almost none that are usable. I am getting very, very low on the cheap set. The few Copics that I have, I would need to drop a lot to get a big set, to get a color variety to do the blending that I want to do. So when I weighed everything up, I realized it was better for me to invest in one set of Ohuhus to get the full color range so that I can work with markers again. And then as I use up markers, I can decide to either get another set of Ohuhus and just get a smaller set to slot in colors, or start switching to the Copics individually. If I can work out the colors, I could also technically refill the Ohuhus with the Copics, because I cannot get the Ohuhu refills here, but they are refillable and I can get Copic refills. So I can also just use the marker barrel and refill it, and if I can find the equivalent color in Copic. So yeah, those are things that I have considered. At the end of the day, because of the fact that there was a Black Friday special on these markers that made it justifiable to get them with the donations in the Ko-fi fund to allow me to purchase them, I made the decision to go this route, and I am very, very, very blessed. I know how blessed I am. I am absolutely blown away with how these all come in as well. I do need to rearrange the colours though, because the colour orders annoy me, as I think it annoys a lot of people. So yeah, I've still got to swatch them. I've still got to organise them. And yeah, have a good play, but that'll be after work, because I have to go to work now to earn more money, to buy more things. Not really, just to pay the bills. But I am so excited to have these. I already know what I want to work on with these. Of course, I just got those gorgeous portraiture books of Kristen Karen, and I love doing portraiture and alcohol markers, so I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. And it also came with this cute little free notebook, which I might honestly just put with the Cuties colouring book and just pass on, because it's cute, but I don't need a notebook. But yeah, that is my Black Friday haul. My little bit of a yay, we survived the work trial, and just a little bit of happiness. I am very, very blessed, and I cannot wait to get into some more colouring and see what I create, and I hope you're excited for it too. I could have gone a lot more crazy, but I'm really trying to save and also pay off credit cards, but also save, because I got some very expensive dental coming up. But also, you know, it's heading into the Christmas and New Year and my birthday, and there's usually a bit of a Christmas New Year sale. Plus I usually get, you know, the companies love to give a birthday discount, so usually I can stack my birthday month with New Year sales and get some good deals then too. So I might purchase something for Christmas/birthday for myself. I don't know. We don't do gifts here, so I might buy something for myself. I'm not sure yet. But as I said, if I get nothing else for the rest of my colouring career, we're good. We're so good. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this haul. If you have Ohuhus or a bunch of alcohol markers, let me know, like, how do you store them? Because they come in that nice little case, but that case keeps them all vertical. I could keep them on their side, but feels a bit weird. Do you have like the actual marker racks? Is there a certain marker rack that you like? My current markers just live in a tub, but they're very unorganized and it's very difficult to get through. So yeah, I'm kind of like, do I need to get a marker rack? Can I keep them in the bag but just keep them on their side somehow? I don't know. I'll figure that part out later. But yeah, all the araha to you all. I hope you're all having a wonderful time, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Bye!